Where's my pen? Here. Welcome everyone. Active integration works. Twitch should also work. Yeah, it works. Perfect. So today's ideas are twofold. One, over here. 2 days today. Gently Uptake Ideas and Maggie the Wolf and Blaze Power. Welcome everyone. So today's idea and Serendip. Yay. Playing some music notes with the background music that I made. So let's see. Maybe the background color is clashing a bit with my fur color. Is better. I want something that's easy on the eyes. It's relatively dark. Yeah, thanks so much for being an early bird. Like this one more. Okay. Basically, today two things that I want to test. So we were here the last time, right? Two ideas that were on my mind. One was, started with this one here. Two things. One is I want to practice at angles, consistency, right? That's an idea for today. And I have thoughts to that. My brain is kind of exploding with, I mean, it's not literally exploding, but like overflowing with thoughts I can learn about this. Oh, and Serena, thanks so much for 100 consecutive watch streaks. That's crazy. Like, you almost watch more Blunt streams than me. Okay. And two, brush. It's called brushes, right? Brush pen pressure 0 and normal G pen differences. And for this thing here, like my thought is, do I need start and end line thinness? And with that also, does it exist in anime? Exist in anime? Or is anime just one fixed line size? And then should I use a size palette? Like 4 pixel, 8 pixel, 12 pixel only, etc. Just take your time of your art plan, take it slow. Yes.
Then Mikey the Wolf says, I do wrestling art of me and my OC. That sounds great. Also, you can draw Hokugami as a wrestler. That sounds great too. Maybe I can do that sometime. I'm not sure with what I will start the head thing. So, like, this is. Can you even read this? Oh, this is a bit loud. Do need start and line thinness. Does it. What did I write here? Exist in anime. So we can research that. Come on, anime. And what anime? Evangelion anime. Ghibli anime. Let's see. I want an old OG Pokemon. OG Pokemon. Original Pokemon anime. Let's see. You can research that, right? I will call this line ponderings. Line thickness ponderings. So let's look at different anime, right? Like this seems like, is this thinner than this? Is this thinner than this? Or like they're like look like kind of VHS effects like this, right? Which would not be in the original, I think. The background is definitely thinner, right? I think we need to analyze this. Let's do a research. Wait, we need this like a science emoji, not emoji. We'll figure this out. Gibberish equations. Okay, I think we are now in the right mood. Yeah, right now I'm not drawing Pikachu, but I can do that something too. But I think what I can see from here is make this a bit thinner. Background thinner plus watercolory, or not watercolory, painterly painting. Foreground. Line width. Plus cell shaded. And I think for this, let's just like look at the like definition for cell shading, right? Does it mean like this the shading is out of cells? This is like literally like layers? Cell shading. And then the thing is like, do they just use like half transparent? In animation. In traditional animation. Yes. 1 second, it's loading for me. Why isn't it so bad right now? I'm researching here.
Whoops, and sorry for the internet problems. Maybe I opened too many tabs at the same time. But that should not be a problem. And A thoughts. Welcome, Hatsune Miku. In my stream. I'm honored. My question is, yeah, I think it works like that, right? Basically, is this digital or is it like still physical like the early Pokemon? I'm not sure. But my question is, there are no like transparent cells for shading, right? I have no idea. The use of cells has become obsolete in major productions. Stopped using cells 1990s. Digital and paint. The characters are drawn and painted on cells. Blah blah. The of the images are drawn on the front of the cell, while colors are painted on the back to eliminate brush strokes. The outlines of the images are drawn on the front and the colors on the back. Traditionally, the outlines were hand inked, but since the 1960s, they're almost exclusively xerographed on. So they were xerographed on. Spidey Onion races. I am Jackie and I'll be your friend till the end. Hidei ho haha. Welcome. And everyone also welcome. Let's see. Basically, it doesn't matter how they do the shading, right? But I think, like, do they use another cell for shading? How did cells create shading? Maybe, right? Animation. It'd be interesting to know. And Zippy, oh, welcome. Yeah, thanks so much for being there again. You're there again from the last stream I did with Cedric and Taku, which kind of worked. I think George was into painting, where the paint was applied to the back of the transparent film. The paint was still very red, so it would show no brush strokes or the cell was ruined. But going outside the lines would also ruin a cell. Yes, even though it would not obscure the line, it would still show the color in the next section over. Dang. Blah blah blah. One of the greatest accomplishments of the department was maintaining consistency in color and positioning on Snow White's blush cheeks, which were done with actual blush. The fact was so time consuming it was never used again. They stuck to solid colors from then on out. So interesting. I've incorporated the use of actual blushes in urban legend. Thank you, Reddit, for lying on stream. So it was a lie by an urban legend. That's also on Reddit. With a dye applied to each cell by a woman from inking named Helen Ogre. See the post correcting me below for more detail. Okay, basically this is maybe too much information that I need right now. And Bito, welcome. So let's see. I have studied as a traditional animation cell painter that worked on Disney and Bluff, how do you pronounce it, films. What was my job there were groups of people that spent all day being color scientists. I need to be a color scientist too now for my art. Did was of research, blah blah blah, mixing, blah blah blah. Brushes the mainly to push the blobs paints around. You would have to paint the different layers in the cell. More color change. Did it need to know how many layers the image was and then adjust each layer to color correct it? Dang, that's so tedious. So I'm not sure like if they use like a different shading layer. But basically, like is this another layer for them physically if it was not digital? And then it's like these things here. These are the same layer, right? But yeah, it basically doesn't matter. What's more important is basically that it seems all the lines are the same size, which means that if I like have this here, I like have this here, and I have this here, and maybe I pull this side by side. Oops. Side by side. And maybe like the difference is not really clear, but like here I have like different thicknesses, right? And here I have the same thicknesses. So the left one would work more in anime than the right one, right? Basically, that's that. Let's look for a few more examples. Also, it's important that you don't get like the wrong art. Hmm. It makes me kind of think that like in some ways anime is even more like how it's called, not etch a sketch, but uh, like these carve sketches than comics because they can only use like the same line width, right? What's my favorite scary movie? I'm not sure. I like Alien. Here it's really clear, right? So like here it's totally clear, right? But also like okay, it looks almost fake, right? But these lines, I like that they are also like kind of flimsy. Like why are these lines here not flimsy? Or like almost not flimsy. And these ones are relatively flimsy, right? Or maybe that's like just fake. I'm not sure. Lines, a bit flimsy texture. This here, right? Then I can do it next to it. So we have this one here with 4. Of course, it's like pixely, right? But I think the pixeliness does kind of a flimsiness here. Can try this. Yeah, I don't like using it. Just like to use no blending, just like something like this. And then the normal G pen, which we need to be a bit thicker, is like this. Yeah, not this thick. This is the G pen, right? Yeah, I don't like this at all, the aliasing, right? I even don't like this aliasing here. I think aliasing is just annoying for me. Like, look, it almost looks like it creates artifacts, right? So it's just not really... It makes the line look more gray too. Let's stay with the not aliasing, but do we have any line that doesn't start anywhere? In this shot we don't. In this shot we do have, like here. But this one is like really low quality, right? So basically I will duplicate the G pen and call it G pen no pressure. Maybe we did this thing before. No, this one is pressure, right? One is pressure. See how this looks. I think I played around, yeah, I played around in this one here. You can see the menu that I opened. And in this one here, different. And then G pen no pressure. We can remove the pen pressure. Then let's see how this looks. Do we like it or not? Somehow looks more pixelated than this one. Ah, right, I see now. The streak one has this here. Cheapen streaks. Cheapen streaks. Smaller. A bit bigger. What's the track? Welcome. Nice to have you here. I'm doing kind of boring looking research, but I think it's interesting. Right now I'm trying out like G-Pen, right? Like G-Pen. It almost looks the same, I think, but we can also vary the pressure. Make it as like as small as possible. Right. Then we're researching. I'm researching how the lines look in traditional animation. Or like, I guess this is like digital, but like looks traditional, right? But like it's all like kind of like the look of kind of like cell-based animation. Right? So like I'm looking right now, if there's like any line variations in these things. Also you can tell me like any other movies or like anime thingies I can reference it, right? I think even in something like this, probably the biggest thing that's the same in all of them is that it has no line variation, right? Like none at all. Even when it stops, so it's totally the effect of a line marker, right? And like I knew that before, but I'm thinking about it more deeply now, right? Like even for those details, I guess this one here you could say, but maybe they colored it just right. This is probably just a coloring layer. And then on the background we have like some like, I mean, dot lines we have here too, right? Like we have here hatched lines. Oh, and Hosengren, welcome. Alien, you said. Yeah, Cedric is a big fan of Alien. And Tyrannistar also welcome. Yeah, the thing is, like, for me, I don't watch that many horror movies. Maybe you should watch a horror movie. There's one that I want to watch. Like, a lot of people told me I should watch Obsession, but I'm scared that it would be scary. Yeah. We can also see here that somehow I'm not sure why this stuff here, like someone like added this thing, right? But also someone probably cut it out in Photoshop in a way that sometimes the lines get lost, right? So it's probably really hard to cut it out. But yeah, really interesting. So basically, if it was an anime, it would like this, and it would not look like this. Even if the difference is really subtle. I will look for a few more, but I think that's basically the thing of this part. Do we get like some Evangelion shots? Hmm. Which I've sadly never watched totally. I should watch it sometime. But it's also interesting because it basically means like if you go for a style like that, line thickness is not a thing. Like it's not even a part of the equation thingy. Okay, we have this here. This here. It's of course like too pixelated, right? But basically for this shot here, really thin lines. Really thin lines. Or do these look thicker? These look almost thicker, right? But maybe that's just like double lines. Maybe they were achieved by just like making double lines. Look like here, right? And this one here is the shadow. And Max Pegasus, welcome. 7 says, I love this era of shading in anime. Same for me. And also like, look, it's totally shiny, right? Like it's extremely shiny. And still looks like Ghibli food.
And the shadows are also really kind of bold, big, contiguous shadows, right? Oh, look here, look, this kind of shading, this highlight here. Or like the highlight here on the pants here, and this part. It's just really satisfying, I think. And it's also not like it's. Oh, whoops, this one is mine. Yeah, it's also not hard on the eyes, I think. So yeah, basically everything in the shot is the same size. And the background does its own thing. So right down here. Very thin lines. Double line. Varying in general. This too, right? But this one here, I would say is more shading, right? This part. Shading. And this is basically, I mean, like this is the same, right? There's like a, I would say this is the main shadow. Main shadow. Almost black shadow. That's main shadow. It's not totally uh it's not totally the ambient occlusion, right? And Kieran Lara will come. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. Also had to work out. And other stuff. Max Pegasus has been been wanting to make this sort of style for my characters. So seeing you do this is giving me some major inspiration. Yay! But yeah. What else is there about it? But yeah, basically it's just really, really thin line art, right? Like this is basically like if this would be the whole screen, it would there's also like different thicknesses, right? Varying. Of course, like I would like to like see a cell in more high resolution, right? There's also this one here. I'm not sure if it's like digital redone or something. And this one looks a bit thicker, right? And here it's not the same thickness. And here also not, right? I want to like see like an original cell of this. Evangelion original cells. Minivan, what? Here, take it is 90s anime styles. It's always the best. Not only colorful like Sailor Moon, but the quality is very authentic. Yeah, I like all the like analog artifacts too. Hmm. But this one is totally different, right? production cells. They were Samir sort of says, "Hi, welcome." Then Joking says, "I've been chasing this kind of art style myself as well, since it's much easier to learn and adapt into your own style." Yes. Like, it's not like painterly, right? To learn your style. Yes. Serendip says, there can be variations in the shots and illustrations because different scenes were handled by different people following guidelines. It's even more glaring in some of the scenes that aired on TV before they got redone for DVD. Ah, that makes sense. So basically, like the hmm. The thing is, for something like this, right? Like this one here, which I found on Reddit. This one here seems to be. I mean, like, this is also like different, right? Maybe for the hair they used something different. But these ones are also really, really continuous. I think it makes sense to like look really closely there, even like no one like sees it in the product. This is like contiguous. Yeah. Read. Read, not very right? Like this here, right? This. But then it's like, it's also important which side this is, right? I mean, like, it must be the side with the line art on, right? Or not. And then, like, something like this here. Which is said to be also Evangelion. It's totally different, right? Like, look at this. Is it like because it's from the back? Like, why are there no lines here? Maybe it's like the colored one from the other side, right? So I would write down here. Then Joking says, I've been creating my own OC for a while. That's cool. And some parts of his look like based on Kevin 11's design. Wait a second, I said it wrong. Not Kevin 11. Kevin 11. Kevin 11. Kevin 11's design from the classic Ben 10 show. Okay, I'm not sure how this rhymes. The Celebi movies, George's great art style. I have to check this too. Yeah, please show it to me. Have a great stream. Thanks so much. I'm to get my food and snacks. Yeah, please get a lot of food. Or also eat after this. You can definitely show it to me. Okay, Serenum says, oh yeah, this looks like backside possibly. Backside. Backside. Cannot use for references. Cannot use for line ref. It's the color backside, right? So it's basically, I'm not sure even sure like why this anonymous redditor took the picture in this way, but doesn't matter. Thanks Redditor for collecting this. They would have applied the colors on top of the lines. Right. So basically like the colors are applied on the backside always, right? This is really interesting though. Like it's totally like because there are so many cells, people
put them in the like as a like souvenir or something, like as a fan merch kind of, right? But it's also great for studying because it's closer than looking at the finished product sometimes, right? I want like a really high res of it because like at this point we are looking really closely, right? So like even like artifacts could affect us. Big sparkling eyes in the 90s, yes. Oh, Steve Tech, thank you so much for dropping by. Right. Okay, I will check out also Celebi movie. Celebi movie. Wedding Peach. Photo Jar. Magic Ray of. That must be like Magical Girl anime, right? The next question is which part of the line art, like what is important? Because like our medium is like comic, right? We can totally do a comic that has the same art style like an anime, right? We don't have like a drawback from that. The drawback is like that we don't have like the expression lines, but maybe that's actually easier for production. Like I'm also always thinking like uh how to make the process as simple as possible, right? So this is also like all like just lines, right? The thing is what I do like is having like a thicker outline and then like showing like the details less. But I think both are good options. That means anime cells mostly only one line with that is very thin. Was there any various characters in 90s anime aside of Studio Ghibli? I'm sure there were. Wait, how was it called that one? Galkiva. White Knights of Galkiva. Yeah, this one is great. Okay, we have some AI slop to go with that. Would you like to have some slop to go with that? Okay. That's so sad that like you Google something and you only get AI slop of it. Let's see. You have this here which is really thin. Have some storage space error. I love the bird in this. Look at him. Cosmic John, welcome. Look, I love how the bird looks, right? Nice. But yeah, what can we learn from this? This one has a lot of like 90s pauses or something. Ta-da. This is like almost like relatively thick too, right? Okay. Cat Returns was the first one I watched with of the Heart and learned its words from. Nice. Okay, that was one thing, right? So like basically we know this one here. Next question. Do I like it? Or the like the result versus weighted lines? And how it's called, result versus weighted lines, and the other thing is how it feels during drawing. And then the thing is, I can always remove line weight plus change as long it is vector layer. Of course, like, you cannot change the things that you put down, right? So like, if I draw something and add like details, and then like I make like, this is like, not sure, something like this, whatever, right? Sure what I'm doing. Like an ice cream, right? Let's draw an ice cream. Draw an ice cream. Oh, there's also too much stabilization. I think that when I draw like this, right? Then you have like this. Maybe like with a cherry on top. And then if we copy this, and then do this, it looks like this, right? Do I need the like difference here? Or it could also look like this. Right? Where like it would look annoying. But if it's like all thin, then maybe it's not a problem. Like it for me gets annoying when it's like all thick. If it's definitely like this, then it's like why not, I think. Then making us a Sunday on Sunday and Sunday. Wait, and welcome John. Alright, I said it before. I would say the thick one is annoying for me. Too thick. Okay. Okay. That was this thing here, right? The other thing I wanted to do this. To do. Okay, I think that's nice. I will quickly get some water. I'll be right back. And then we'll do some head studies.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I was drying up an ocean, said Sarah with K. Yay. Let's see. Also, I had like a really tough workout before. 1 second. Yeah, really tough workout. Which was great though. Great triceps pump. It was like later than I normally do the workout. But I still did it. And I showed up. Right. What I wanted to remember with this is basically, and which is, if you think about it, also really funny, right? Like, I started with G-Pen, and then I tried a lot of different brushes, and then my line confidence improved, and my like conveying lines, and now I'm basically back at G-Pen again, right? Although I did not notice when the music stopped. Right, why did the music stop? I will just restart it. Start. No. Yeah, it's working. Right. That's one thing. So basically, I can experiment with this. And the other thing I would like to do, but like I'm really like to do, check on favorite comics, manga, and stuff. If they and how they use line variation, right? Or if they don't use it somewhere. It's basically, I have the suspicion that on some comics that I love, they don't really have line variation at all. And I think that's a thing with me where it's like, for me, it's not the most important thing. Or it could even distract from the farm. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's definitely something I will research. Field research. Of course, the like really traditional comics kind of like use line work, like line fitness a lot, right? But yeah, we will figure it out. The other thing I wanted to try is, this was like side profile, where I think I'm getting more like kind of like understanding that these things are kind of like almost parallel. And I think I'm getting better at that. And the front view is in some cases also not that bad. But it made me think my 3/4 views of eyes are relatively underwhelming or weird. Or like they take a long time to look right. So that's, I think, something that I should like specially practice, right? But I wonder like how I should practice it. Maybe with some kind of like turn around things, right? Then I found like this here, which I think looks really cool. Like the art style is really cool. It is by this person. I sadly like did not like write down the handle or something, but I think it looks really cool. It's not exactly my art style, but what I liked that they tried here is that they tried all the different poses, right? Oh, it's loan money. Oh, it's loan money? Where does it say that? Ah, right, this one here. I wrote it here, right? Yeah, I think it's also relatable. But also, it makes sense because of his food costs are high, right? He needs to sustain himself. So maybe like he takes on like odd jobs and stuff to get a full fridge with a lot of meat in there. And eggs. And milk. Yes. But yeah, that was just like ideas. I can like draw something with this character. Caretaker says Baron from the cat returns. Very charming, sweet, and adorable. Couldn't love him. Yes.
So the thing with this here is, I think the fact that it's like the mouth is the eye is closed down here makes it actually like easier for the person who drew it, right? Because for raising and lowering your head, there's some kind of foreshortening in the verticalness of the eyes, right? And this is like some definitely weakness for me. And the last things are basically just mirrored, right? And this is too just mirrored. So if you think about it, you only have to use 6 of them. And then my next thought is, my next thought from this here is then that basically we have this, it goes like there, the line of sight, right? This goes here, line of sight, so like it's going in our face, right? Like it's going whoosh. And this one goes here. The thing is, and that's hard to picture, right? But basically, if it is a vector, that sounds too much like mathematics, right? But if it's a vector, it would still look in this direction, but less like this one here. Should I draw it like this? Like just like where the eyes are looking, right? But then it's like this one should be exactly straight too, right? So how would I draw this? This something like this, right? But like the height is the same. And that's kind of confusing for me, right? Like this is wrong, right? This. Kind of like the exact same angle of the muzzle. Can we say that all the times? Not really, right? I mean, like, here it is the kind of line of sight is the muzzle line, right? Right. So basically, like, what, like, this is like where they like put the habit in it, right? Because this would still be. Right, the center is an easy start, right? The thing is, like, for things like this, right? The vector goes up, but that means it goes shorter, kind of, right? Like, this is this, and this would go like this. But of course, like we shouldn't base it on like this thing, right? But I think there's a rule to it with the foreshortening and the line sight. It should be at the higher angle of sight, right? It should be like this, right? But does it mean it's higher than the one on the side, right? Like this goes up. And this goes maximally up, right? But then it's shorter, right? So this one... This is kind of like this vector thing, right? We need even more space, maybe. Of course, it's like just like one artist. I don't want to like pick out the artist or something. And like it's also totally like the angle of the head looks probably more charming if it's not 100% calculated, right? Like basically like merging the features so that they look more like they look at you directly to a point looks great, right? And like if you overdo it, then it looks kind of like fake 2D, like then it looks like Peppa Pig or something, right? It's part of the style. It's exactly, and like it makes it better too, right? Like that's like tiny things that are also kind of choices. It's kind of like totally like too much, right? But you draw like a character and like the nose is there, and then maybe they have like the eyes there, like even like here, or even like here or something, and then the nose there. It's all valid, right? I think this kind of like turned out great. Okay. But yeah, there's definitely this thinking going on with these vector lines, right? So this one here would be a bit shorter, and this would be the shortest, right? And this one too. This one would be the longest, because it's 0 foreshortening, right? Then this has a bit foreshortening, and this has none at all. So basically this means it should be like here, right? But then it's like, if it should go like this, would it make sense for the muzzle or the logic to be totally still? Like here? Basically. And then this one goes down even more, right? I think something like this. So basically you can do between that. You can between it even more, right? You can do one that's like this. You can do one that's like this. You can do one that's like this. The cat studies. It's like the idea. Do you remember about your art is relaxing? Thanks so much. I hope it's not totally boring. I'm just like, I think like when I think about it consciously, then I can remember it better, but also then I can learn new stuff. So for some things, I just need to like spell them out or something. Art of Artie, welcome. And Local Mechanic, welcome. Serendip says, it's like how theater, the actor is supposed to face the audience as much as possible, because it's more engaging. This is a similar mindset, drawing something so it looks appealing and satisfactory, not a perfect reality. Yes. It's kind of like with, if you draw hands, and you only see like one finger, and it's like something like this, right? And this is like maybe boring, because it doesn't even look like a hand, it just looks like a lobster claw or something. Do you have this? This is one thing, right? But of course, like, it can look great, right? It's like you have to do it correctly and stuff. But it can also like be like both are good. And like this is like just a sketch and stuff, right? But like it can make sense to like show more fingers. Or like this here or something. Not sure. But yeah, I'm a bit scared of starting this project. So how should I think? You can just like get these lines here.
But I want to like have more, right? Like want to have like this between here. And maybe even like another one. Nice. There's like probably like even like better references for this, right? But it's just like a like normal head. Let's see. This is the start position, right? Let's make total start position. Not up and not down. Also will probably need to eat soon. But I think like the like liner thingy we already did. Now we can do cheap and no pressure. And make a head. So this is the line, right? Kind of feels interesting. Why does it like later change the shape of it? So weird. Maybe that's annoying for me? I'm not sure. Also not sure if I like how it feels. But maybe that's just like because it's a new thing. I'm not sure like which kind of face to make. Is this too far? It is too far? Then it's like it's totally in the middle. And here it's also like the nose is where the eyes end, right? Maybe this is like even like too much outside. I don't like the size of it too much. Perfect. He's staring into the void. And the void. I'm not sure. Maybe not having like these totally starry eyes. The thing is like this without line weight, it almost like makes me feel like I'm drawing in VR chat. Maybe because like that's just like really thick, right? Maybe I should use less line thickness. Are you Russian? I'm not. The series of the universe, he knows your history, yes. Clearly says, you're never boring blind, you're sweet and talent of your art skills. Thanks so much. I don't like how it like shows the end of the lines, right? Like I noticed like the stopping from drawing, like this thing here, right? I think I tend to do that less when I I'm like not using like the zero line weight thingy, right? Which kind of eyes? I want anime Pokemon eyes. I'll redraw this one.
What did the other one do it? Something. Like this is just like to get the angle, to get like to understand the angle, right? Maybe the eyes are even too big a bit. Like something like this is maybe better. Hello Kitsune Kimo. Oh, Max Pegasus the Dragon, thanks so much, and you take care. Yeah, maybe I should just like, make it chibi like that. Okay. This much. I believe you an anime from 2000. Yes. I only need this. What else does the 2000 anime have? Maybe luscious hair. How do I draw luscious hair? No, an anime. Okay, maybe that's not an anime. I'm trying to draw perspective, yes, but we're just in the starting phase of it. Like good features. We'll remove these things here. Favorite. Lots of Red Hunter. Thanks so much. That's a good thing because I think that's some kind of like close to the style that I'm going for, right? I'm not sure about like if I want to have it like just a tiny bit more close together eyes. Just a tiny bit more down. Or even a lot down. Another nose just looks like it's really high up, right? Yeah, but it was good that it was a bit like closer together. If the eyes are too low, then it looks too chibi. Something like this is maybe good. Okay. They're just a bit softer. Shows this cute and nice guy. You mean like these one here? Or you mean like with the line weight now? Like this one too, right? Don't really need it here. The little scruffy details on the cheeks and brow are so neat. These things, right? Like I'm thinking like showing texture with details, but not using line weight. So you add something like this, right? I mean a crest hair specifically. This is the crest hair, the cranium. So you mean round like this? But it's not a broccoli. Where did you get the reference from? I think this was from Twitter. But like Twitter, Blue Sky, I'm basically like, when I'm following stuff and stuff, I'm like saving everything down in a big folder or like multiple big folders. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this folder is just for heads or like just for like some details. Yeah, like that like looked cool from every angle. So that was really impressive for me. What do you mean with more scruffy? With like less scruffy. Something like this. But then maybe... And the edge is smooth. What do you mean with edges smooth? Is it like drawing it like this, but then it's like not the fur, right? Then it's like some kind of fish person. Making the edges smooth. Like that it works? This? Yeah, we'll try it. Smoother. The thing is, for me, the problem that I had when I drew like smoother triangles, it stopped looking like the texture of hair. I'm so sorry. Also, I will not keep streaming for long. Next time it should work better again. So you mean... like this? Like I totally don't get the... like this? Totally don't get like the shape language that you're all going for. Look, this looks like someone hit me 3 times. This looks cursed. It can't be what you mean, right? Little pointy but the tip less sharp. Okay. Okay, I'll just like, copy this one here. And remove the tips to make them less sharp. So maybe here. Oh, then it looks like a Sonic character maybe, right? But I'm not sure if that's what I'm going for. This is definitely what you meant, right? But I think it looks too buttery. Like for me, that looks just like butter. And this looks more like fur. And this looks like butter still. How can I make it not look like butter? This must be even more at the tip. You know, triangles are sharp. Dull instead of pointy. I thought it did that. Okay, I'll try again. More smooth. Doesn't it just look like cut off triangles? Remove it, yes. The end of the triangle, instead of being spiky and sharp, make it a bit curvy but not very. Like this? But I think it's totally not the texture that we are going for, right? Should be spherical, but like a minuscule sphere at the very tip. I'm trying really hard. And then remove the spheres. Not sure why I have such a hard time with that. I think it's a shape that I've never drawn before. I will do it. Like this? The thing is, like, I can kind of see where you are going with that, but maybe I can just not pull it off, because like for me, when I look at it from like here, it looks like for this one, I used smoothing and did like this. Or it looks like I used stabilization 100 and did like this, right? Ew. Could be even more subtle. I'm not sure. I think it doesn't show the texture. I'm doing something really wrong here, I think. We'll try it once again, but smaller. Even more subtle, right? So it should start later. I think that's better. I think I still like the sharper corners more too. I'm so sorry with the chat delay. But yeah, maybe I will learn this thing with the curves some other time. But how it's right now, I think I haven't totally mastered it. Okay, Serendip showed me a quick example where he drew it perfectly. Like it's a shark fin or something. I can draw a shark fin. A shark fin. Like this, right? Yeah, just say that you want me to draw a shark fin for that's like I would have understood it instantly. Like this. Maybe. And what is the logic? Why it should be like this? Yeah, and thanks so much for the input. But it was really hard to draw for me, right? Okay, anyways, let's continue here. So we can repeat all these things. Yes, this is a totally good tip, right? I just have to like understand it more. I think right now it's kind of like a thing where it's like I don't totally understand it, so I'm not sure where to use it and when not to use it. So if I would like add it to the design now, then it could maybe not replicate it. So how do we have to change this now? Add morphing here. The eyes get thinner. It's so difficult. The eyes get thinner. This is me. This looks also good, I think. The eye relatively high up, right? Like I think like if you compare these, this one looks like this looks more chibi, right? And this one looks like he's older almost. That's so interesting too. If it's speak to be your son of again, yes. Let's look like raise that off. But I normally want to have like the eyes relatively low, right? But also not too low. Yeah, this is Vegeta now. Maybe the mouth needs to be a bit thinner too. Also, like, I really need to eat soon. Maybe we'll cut this short and like butt my head with this out of the stream. Or maybe the mouth should be really low. Like this. I think he looks really silly with the mouth. A bit too low. Yes. Also, I totally need to eat now. But see you all soon. And we did like a lot of like, maybe like not as much drawing, but a lot of research, right? Like this, all these things here. Like once I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we did a lot of like thinking about line art and stuff. Sharp edges can be bold as well. It's all in the details. Yeah, that's such a great point. Like, thanks so much for opening my eyes to something like that, right? I will experiment with that more. This note gets in the way a lot with angles. But that's actually a good thing, because then we don't have to draw the other eye where it looks weird, right? So we should definitely take advantage of that. But yeah. Let me check how to rate now. Yeah, thanks so much for all the tips and stuff. I will rate, I think, Bruno for now. Then see you all and bye bye. And look, is that not a totally cool face? We just need to like add the muscles and then it's perfect. adding the muscles, right? Doing like this. Rah, rah. Then it's like, I can do it. But yeah, anyways.